The AI revolution just got a physical body. Nvidia has officially unveiled Cosmos 3 Edge, and it's a massive shift. Forget chatbots, we're talking about real, moving machines. In this explainer, we're breaking down exactly what just dropped, why the stakes are absolutely huge right now, and how this completely rewrites the timeline for physical automation.
Yesterday, July 16, 2026, Nvidia executed a quiet rollout. While the mainstream media was totally distracted by standard tech cycles and consumer app updates, Nvidia shipped the major missing link for mainstream robotics. According to their official newsroom, this isn't a rumor, it's not a leaked report, and it's not some alpha test. It is fully confirmed, and it's shipping to developers right now. They basically bypassed a massive launch event to quietly place this tool directly into the hands of engineers.
The magic number here is 4 billion parameters. Now, based on the Nvidia newsroom, you need to realize this isn't your standard massive cloud model. To put it into perspective, the chatbots we use every day often run on 100 billion parameters or more, requiring literal warehouses full of servers. So 4 billion might sound kind of small, but that is exactly the point. This is a highly optimized compressed model built specifically to live locally, right inside physical robots, without needing an umbilical cord to a massive server farm thousands of miles away.
To anchor the exact purpose of this drop, Nvidia's newsroom explicitly states it's built to help robots and vision-based AI agents understand, interpret, and react to the physical world in real time. We are talking about giving hardware an open-world upgrade for spatial reasoning, understanding gravity, friction, and object permanence, all in a matter of milliseconds. This means if a ball rolls behind a box, the robot's brain natively knows it still exists and predicts exactly where and when it'll roll out the other side. It just understands the physical laws of our world intuitively.
Which brings us to the technical reality. Latency kills.
According to technical breakdowns from Evertech and TechStartups.com, the core conflict holding robotics back is latency. Cloud AI is incredibly smart, sure, but it has high latency because data has to travel back and forth over the internet. Cosmos 3 Edge, on the other hand, is localized. It processes directly on the device. Because in the physical world, latency literally kills. If a robot is trying to catch a falling glass or navigate around a human stepping into its path in a busy warehouse, it absolutely cannot afford to wait 2 seconds for a remote cloud server to reply. The glass shatters, the collision happens. By processing everything locally, Cosmos 3 Edge solves the reaction time problem.
And reports from Evertech show this breakthrough is driven by the Nemotron architecture. Nvidia essentially took their massive digital twin simulators, which are basically hyper-realistic video game engines used to test robots in virtual space, and optimized them to generate training data right on the edge. Instead of relying purely on physical trial and error, the robot can simulate and understand its environment internally. This is absolutely crucial in scenarios where real-world data is scarce or where it's just way too dangerous or expensive to collect by just letting a robot bump into things.
So how does hardware meet software? Enter Jetson Thor. Industry analysis from Edge AI Vision highlights a new plug-and-play reality for the robotics industry. The deployment path is completely streamlined now. Step 1. You buy the Jetson Thor compute module. Step 2. Load the Cosmos 3 Edge model. Step 3. Deploy pre-trained spatial reasoning. Previously, getting a robot to safely navigate a basic room took a massive team of PhDs, custom algorithms, and millions in R&D over several years. Now, a hardware startup can grab an off-the-shelf Jetson Thor module, load Cosmos 3 Edge, and instantly have a robot that natively understands the physics of the real world. They've essentially compressed years of advanced engineering into a single accessible hardware drop.
Next up, the Japan strategy, which is the ultimate testing ground. Japan is currently getting squeezed by two colliding forces, as outlined by reporting from CNBC and Open Data Science. On one side, Japan has unmatched technological infrastructure. They are the historical and current hub of precision manufacturing, housing robotics giants like Fanuc, Yaskawa, and Toyota. But on the flip side, they're facing a severe demographic crisis. They have a rapidly aging population and a shrinking workforce, meaning they physically just do not have enough young workers to keep their economy running at its current pace. These two realities colliding make Japan the absolute perfect, high-stakes testing ground for physical AI deployment. It's quite literally an economic necessity for them to make this work.
And Open Data Science points to a really stark industry reality here. If an AI model can handle the extreme precision, speed, and safety requirements of a Japanese automotive assembly line, or the highly delicate and unpredictable environment of an elder care facility, It can handle practically anywhere else on Earth. Nvidia is aggressively forming partnerships with Japan's top manufacturing leaders to prove this out. They aren't just selling computer chips to these companies anymore. They're embedding their AI software directly into the backbone of Japan's industrial future.
But what about the macro context? We've got a global governance race at WAIC 2026.
The timing here was a highly calculated launch. Based on the WAIC 2026 official agenda, July 16th saw Nvidia officially launch Cosmos 3 Edge. Literally the very next day, July 17th, the 2026 World Artificial Intelligence Conference kicked off in Shanghai. Nvidia's move completely preempted this massive global AI conference, setting the baseline for the entire industry conversation. The timing of this drop was absolutely intentional, forcing the spotlight back onto their hardware right as the world's leading AI policymakers and engineers gathered in one place.
The official theme for WAIC 2026 is Intelligent Partners, and the agenda is heavily focused on the global deployment of physical and agentic AI, meaning AI that can actually make its own decisions and independently take actions in the real world to achieve a goal, rather than just waiting around for a human prompt. What this tells us is that while one side of the globe is shipping the foundational hardware and models to make this possible, other nations are actively mobilizing right now in Shanghai to write the governance rules. They're deciding how to integrate this autonomous AI into smart cities, advanced manufacturing, and global trade. The race is officially on, and everyone is moving incredibly fast.
So, what's the verdict on impact and future timelines?
Based on our channel analysis, here's the actionable breakdown of the stakes. For developers, the gold rush is shifting away from simply writing text prompts for chatbots to embodied AI engineering, which means learning how to integrate these edge models directly into physical sensors and motor controls. For investors, the focus is squarely on the picks and shovels. It's all about the edge computing hardware, the cooling systems, and the simulation software that makes these physical robots function safely. And for the general public, the timeline for basic automation in logistics, warehousing, and retail just dramatically accelerated. We are not talking about some distant 10-year horizon anymore. The foundational technology is literally shipping today.
So, I want to leave you with this final provocative thought. With Cosmos 3 Edge hitting the market today and compressing years of development into a simple download, will these localized models make robots safe enough and reliable enough for our own homes by 2028? The hardware bridge has been built, but real-world deployment is the final test. Think about how this directly reshapes the physical world around us. Thanks for joining me for this explainer, and I'll see you in the next one.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. It really helps the channel grow. See you in the next video.